the outskirts of Tombstone, Arizona Territory. The West has been a haven for all kinds of people, the misfits, the wanderers, and the nonconformists. Some burned with a unique faith that they moved under the special favor of the Creator, and that he would provide them with their haven of plenty.
Tabitha. Oh.
What's the matter? What happened?
Don't tell Elias, Simon. Please, Sister Mary, don't tell him. He'll be displeased with me.
But he should know.
Sister, the baby. It's near your time. Not yet. Not yet.
Tabitha.
I'll be fine, Elias. I'll be fine. But she just took a spell from the heat.
We've reached the end of our journey. This place shall be our land of plenty.
The Lord be praised.
Yes, let us thank him for leading us through the wilderness, for helping us to persevere where others have failed. Let us pray.
But what about Ben? He went after the sheep and he hasn't come back yet.
Your brother can pray his thanks when he comes. We will pray ours now. Oh, Lord, we thank you.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
May 10, 1881. The newcomers received their welcome to the West.
This yours?
Ben.
Yes, he's Ben Ashdown with our party. Who are you, sir?
Clear out, mister. You and your whole ragtag bobtail outfit. Clear off this land. And keep out of Tombstone, understand?
Who are you?
The name's Lige Crown. My ranch is up yonder, and you ain't my choice for neighbors. Is that enough?
Lige for Elijah. Surely, Mr. Crown.
Listen, we've had your kind around here before. With all your strange ways, full of pious spoutings, wearing them clothes and setting example for our young'uns. We know all about you.
You've never seen us before. This is the farthest west any of our people have ever come.
Yes, and you're going farther. Today.
We don't believe in violence. But we won't leave. The land is here for all. We ask only the right to live and work in peace on a small portion of it.
If you're not going by tomorrow, you'll get a small portion. 6 feet long and 6 feet deep. Come on!
May 11, 1881. Street fighting was not unusual in Tombstone, but when youngsters were involved, it was time to intervene.
Yeah, give him a good one. Get him on, boy. Get in there. All right, get him.
All right, that's enough. Stop it. You should feel proud of yourselves, 3 against 1. Now go on home.
Let him finish it up, Harris. Might be one way to get rid of him and his friends.
Sure, we sure don't want him around here.
He did fine, boys, fine.
We'll see the sheriff about this. Come along?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Clyburn. Harris Clyburn.
My name's Ben Ashdown, sir.
I'm glad to know you, Ben. You're from that new camp outside of town.
Yes, sir. Looking for a job in town. Doesn't much look like I'll get one, does it?
What can you do?
Work hard and learn.
Well, maybe I can find you something here at the Epitaph.
Well, I can read and write.
Well, good. $2 a week. You start at 8 in the morning.
Well, I'll be here, Mr. Clyburn. Mr. Clyburn, sir?
Yes, Ben.
Are you a godly man?
Well, now that you mention it, I think I am, in my own way.
Well, that's good. If you weren't, Elder Ransom wouldn't let me take the job.
Oh, Harris? That's the boy that started that street brawl?
Well, that isn't exactly the way it was, Clay. 3 of the town boys attacked Ben here. I guess I interrupted their pleasure.
You from that camp outside of town, huh?
Yes, sir.
You people planning on staying?
Why, I reckon so, sir. Elder Ransom says this is the place the Lord picked for us to settle down.
Oh, he did.
Well, what's it all about, Clay? Why all the excitement over 4 boys scuffling in the street?
Well, there's more to it than that, Harris. I've been asked to get these people out of Tombstone.
Ben, why don't you go in the back room for a few minutes and look around? You know, kind of get acquainted with the place. He goes to work for me tomorrow morning.
Harris, those people have to go. It's for their own protection.
You letting the town crackpots put a burr under your saddle?
Oh, you know me better than that. It's just they don't belong. They'll be the cause of trouble, violence. They're
different? Of course they are.
Look, for my part, they can stay as long as they want to. I'm just trying to keep them from getting hurt and keep the town out of trouble.
They dress differently, they act differently, maybe they worship God a little differently. And every ignorant hammerhead in Tombstone hates them for it. May 12, a rainy afternoon in Tombstone. There were other storm clouds gathering that day.
Yes?
I told you to get out.
Yeah, you tell him, Lige.
Why don't he fight back?
Yeah, why don't you fight if you want to stay so bad?
Elias, don't.
We don't use violence.
We got our town just the way we like it. We don't want your kind here.
That's Elder Ransom.
We'll make a place for ourselves.
Leave him alone.
Ben! Crowd!
If you're looking for somebody who'll fight back, try me.
You gonna throw me in jail now, Sheriff?
You know how people feel. Why do you come into town?
We came to find a doctor for my wife.
I'm sorry. The doctor's riding circuit, visiting the ranches. He won't be back for a couple of days.
Thank you for your help. However, it wasn't necessary.
Oh, you come in here so chock full of good intentions. You think that's enough to keep you from getting near killed?
The Lord watches over us.
Well, in other places, maybe. But when they wrote about a place where angels feared to walk, they meant Tombstone. Now you better find yourself another place.
I think not.
Sheriff?
Yeah.
You're the boss here in Tombstone.
If need be.
Out around my place, it's different. You come out sometime and see.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ransom, for the whole town.
The Lord tests us all in many ways. I'm proud of Elias. He once was a man of terrible violence.
That's right, sir. Was a time when I'd have broken that man like a twig.
The night of May 12.
Well?
We want to talk to you, Hollister.
About Elder Ransom.
They gotta go, Sheriff. We don't want them in Tombstone.
They're not in Tombstone.
5 miles away, it's the same thing. I mean, they walk around with their funny clothes and their preachy ways, and the first thing you know it, their young'uns are with our young'uns, and we gotta answer a lot of questions.
They come into my store and my good customers won't come in no more.
Why not?
Because well, I don't know, because they won't, that's why.
If you've got something they want to buy, they'll come in no matter who else is there.
Now, don't try any of your fancy talk, Harris, because it won't do no good.
These people ain't our kind. They don't belong here.
Well, what do you gentlemen suggest that I do?
Root them out of here, that's what.
And you do something about it before somebody else does.
Now, you listen to me before you get into real trouble. I'll handle this the way I see fit. And if you people try to do it your way, you'll all end up back there in the lockup with your wives feeding you soup through the bars. That clear?
Just root them out of here, Hollister.
Well, you heard it. If I let those people stay, there's going to be bloodshed. I can't have that.
Clay, Ransom, and his party are in this county, and their rights are in jeopardy. You're sheriff of this county and committed by oath to protect those rights.
And you know what they say? They say the Lord told him to settle here. And if they stay here, you know what'll happen? There'll be more of them coming here. And how'd you like your kids marrying up with them? What'd Hollister say when you talked to him?
Well, he said we dasn't.
Did he say what he was gonna do?
No, not exactly.
If the sheriff don't protect the citizens, then what?
And the citizens gotta protect themselves.
You're right. Yeah. Somebody go heat up the tar bucket.
Well, that woman's gonna have a baby right quick.
Then let her have it on the trail. That's where I was born, and it didn't hurt me none. Come on. Let's get it.
Lige Crown was a determined man, and a dangerous one.
They won't listen to me. I've got to go out to that camp.
And chase him down the trail.
No, the time for talking's done, Harris. If I let them stay and somebody gets killed, practically the whole town is going to be up on a murder charge.
All right, wait for me. I'll go with you.
Hold it. Easy, boy.
Gotta get the doctor.
What's the trouble? He's still away.
The baby. Mrs. Ransom's having the baby.
Oh, come on.
May 12, 1882.
Hold it. Come on, this way's quicker.
Is Elder Ransom there?
No, he's looking for the doctor.
Come on.
When we arrived at the camp of Elias Ransom and his people, it was evident the time was near.
Do you know anything about I mean, have you ever done... Can you help?
I'm Brother Simon Webb. I helped birth both my boys back in Ohio. I can help.
Good. Just tell Miss Ashdown what you need. She'll help you.
Yes, sir.
Now, don't you worry, Mrs. Ransom. Everything's going to be just fine.
Where's Elias?
He's gone for the doctor. But I'm afraid we can't wait.
I'm not afraid.
Good.
A bucket of hot tar was steaming on the bar of the Oriental. All Lige Crown was waiting for was the rail.
Looks like I'm out.
Hey!
Here he is.
Yeah, here's what we've been waiting for. We'll give Ransom a nice long ride on that. All right, men, drink up. The drinks are on me.
How do you like that? Didn't cost him a nickel, and he's complaining about the service.
You're kind of small in here, Harris.
They come that way.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I was expecting this one to be different, something special.
He's sure special, all right. Born into trouble. Didn't have a thing to say about it. Clay Hollister's deputy, Lee Yeagley, watched Crown's men pile out of the Oriental.
All right, boys, we'll see you.
He rode hard for the camp.
Town's heating up fast, Clay. Looks like it's going to blow.
Well, how soon do you figure they'll get here?
They should be here soon. They were pouring out of the Oriental when I left.
Harris, I gotta get them out of here.
How?
Well, not down the trail, if that's what you mean. I just gotta get them to move the campsite a little bit until I can get those yahoos simmered down.
Clay, you won't be able to move them even at gunpoint.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Or maybe I can move Crown and those others. Maybe.
Unable to find the doctor, Elder Ransom arrived with two townswomen who had volunteered to help.
Mother and son are doing fine.
Mother? Elder, you've got to move your camp. There's a mob headed this way from town.
I'm going to see my son.
Look, you don't understand this country. It's rough. The people in it are rough. The way they handle their problems is crude, but it's very effective. And right now, you represent a problem to them. If you're still here when they get here, it'd be a bad thing to see. Not even your son will be spared.
No, Sheriff. We've been chased and hounded halfway across the country. Why? All we want is to make a place for ourselves, a place to live and work. No, sir, the time for running is past. The Lord has ordained this as our home. My son has been born here. This is where we will stay.
Isn't he beautiful? Oh, Mrs. Ransom, he's a beautiful baby.
Thank you.
Strong, too. Just listen to him holler. This is no place for a man.
I got an idea.
We stayed through the night. Clay Hollister had talked with the townswomen. If his plan didn't work, we were prepared for the worst. The morning of May 13, 1882.
They put up a fight. You know what to do.
Miss Woolsey, you get out of here.
I suppose you'll shoot me if I don't, Lige Crown. Well, I'm not going to. Not gonna budge.
Hannah?
Don't you Hannah me, Henry Woolsey. I'd like to know what you think you're doing riding around the hills all night yelling like a wild Indian.
Oh, we're gonna get rid of these folks. Drive them out of Tombstone.
They don't belong here, Mrs. Woolsey.
Like to know why not? I'd be proud to have them as my neighbors. I suppose you think 'cause they ain't exactly like us, we gotta treat them like heathens.
Well, let them go someplace else. Why'd they have to stop here?
I remind you, John Harker, we all had our reasons for coming west, and none of us come from the same place. And we all learned to live together.
They ain't our kind of folks.
Well, there ain't nothing so special about you, Lige Crown. You ain't greedy, not much. You just want all the land that's next to yours. Well, these folks won't take up much room, and I say they're welcome to it.
You ain't gonna let a couple of women stop you. Come on!
John! What's in that pail?
Tar, huh? You want to put tar and feathers on somebody? Here, start with him. He's liable to do something terrible if you leave him be.
How do you like it, Lige? Being on the outside.
Don't be afraid of us, Mr. Crown. We're good neighbors.
Boy, what a night.
Not a shot fired. I'm proud of you.
All right, Harris, go ahead and say it.
Nothing left to say. Mrs. Woolsey said it all.
Boy, if she ever runs for sheriff, I quit.
Good night, Clay.
Good night, Harris.
Rather, I should say good morning. Clay, before that baby is much older, the rule of the gun in this territory will end. I think you'll be just as valuable to have around then as now.
Thanks.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.